Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Good morning. Welcome and hello to everyone watching this. The class of 2020 would specifically like to thank the individuals and staff who have created this amazing virtual graduation. This graduation allows our senior accomplishments to be represented in the most unique way. Thank you to all the community members for showing your love and support in the community we live in. Specifically, donations made throughout the year that were given to the class of 2020 from our local businesses. We, as the class of 2020, also appreciate all the parents, teachers, special guests, school board members, and most importantly, our military veterans that are serving, supporting, and protecting our country at this time. Along with those who are currently protecting our country, we would specifically like to recognize those working behind the scenes at hospitals, clinics, and other support centers during this crisis. Throughout this craziness, we would like to give a special thanks to all the teachers and staff that took time out of their day to deliver our signs and t-shirts as well. All in all, we, as a class of 2020, give a huge thanks to all the love, support, and kindness we have received during this roller coaster of a senior year. Now, to the class of 2020, who would have thought that a name change would have led to a global pandemic and ultimately the fate of our senior year? Nobody could have predicted that these last 3 months would be taken away from us, and truthfully, nobody else will be able to understand what this feeling is like. To not get to walk across the field with your family at your last spring sports home game, or dress up one more time for the night of our lives, trying to make the most out of a prom in a hotel ballroom. Or to not getting to taking our pictures with your family, friends, and teachers in your cap and gown, pretending like we weren't just crying on the stage. At least now, we can cry in the darkness of our own room, listening to Juice WRLD while nobody knows. We can also paint shoe boxes and rocks, go for a walk, binge a Netflix series, have food dates in our cars, go for another walk, pretend Zoom doesn't exist, take a walk, make TikToks, celebrate birthdays by driving by with a poster, and go for yet another walk. But most importantly, we can make this our own unique and unforgettable experience. In Chapter 1, we were born into a world that was already filled with chaos. Hearts were broken, people were running in fear, and tears weren't the only things falling on 9/11. These burning buildings caused smoke-filled skies and a tragedy that will always be remembered. In addition to the mist of a broken city, unity was created. From unity came support, resilience, and everlasting change. Not only was the class of 2020 born near the time of chaos, but we were also brought into this world at a time of change, similarly in which we are leaving this point in our journey just as we came into it. During change. Specifically to Staunton High School, we walked into our senior year with nothing but change. Before the year even started, people would ask us where we were going to graduate from, and no one knew which name they were supposed to say to the other person. As the year went on, and people continued to ask that question, we now have to figure out if the answer is online or in the fall, rather than deciding on a school name to say. At the beginning of the year, our parking lot that we dreamed of owning with fellow seniors turned into a heaping pile of dust, accompanied by cranes that taunted us every morning. We didn't even have the giant mirror to hype us up or tell us, honey, turn around in the morning. Instead, some of us seniors got to know Miss Davis and Miss Fix pretty well as we waited in line to get our 17th tardy. It is now Chapter 12, and all of us have survived 9/11, the VT shooting, avoided a car that recklessly drove through Charlottesville, and many other personal battles that have happened throughout our lives. Not to mention the secret killer that hid in the walls and AC units of former Robert E. Lee and Staunton High School for many years. Call Radon. However, despite all of these uncontrollable and challenging events, the class of 2020 did have some joyous moments. In 2017, we, as sophomores, stormed the mat and took the senior spotlight by being announced Spirit Week champs. Alongside Spirit Week, our talented actors and athletes brought home a well-deserving state title and state ring from their performances in the one-act play and basketball. Continuing that legacy was the boys' soccer team in 2019 of earning a state title and receiving the last state rings that Robert E. Lee would ever give. Yes, our class, including the band and chorus, is very talented. Yes, our class is extremely athletic. And yes, our class is also pretty smart. Maybe it's a 2020 vision that made us a triple threat. The following year, the Powder Puff team finally had their victorious moment under the Wednesday night lights, celebrating with the possibly last bonfire we would ever have. Perks of living in the city. This past year, under the Friday night lights, was also one for the books and sports. I'd like to highlight the outstanding, record-breaking celebratory scores that our football games had ended with, even if those high scores always seem to be for the other team. When it comes to male cheer, I have never seen a group of guys that weren't afraid of dying while trying some risky stunts in the wrestling room, and a group of guys that were able to pull off hula skirts, coconut bras, and spandex the way our male cheerleaders did. I also know that we would have gotten that male volleyball dub this year if circumstances were different. On a serious note, I want to give a huge thanks to all of the coaches, including Miss Wykes and Doncourt, that put in many after-school hours to physically make us the best version of ourselves. I also want to say thank you to our teachers and staff that have not only listened to our drama-filled rants, but have also taught us lessons during and after those rants, whether it was inside or outside of the classroom. But to recap the class of 2020, we were the freshmen who had a vision, the sophomores that lived more and laughed more, the juniors that were simply just juniors, and lastly, we were the seniors who were born at the beginning of a decade and leaving this part of our journey in another. Even though we all said it was time to go, I think our wish came true a little too early. With the end of one chapter comes the beginning of another. Like my favorite athletic trainer said, all good things must come to an end, and high school is just one of them. This year especially came to an unexpected, abrupt ending, but the memories we've made already and the unique story that we'll get to tell our grandkids will last a lifetime. All in all, our athletic, talented, and passionate class was designed for change, to create it, to ride the wave in it, and to overcome it. I know that all of us will do great things in the future, and the class of 2020 is definitely one of a kind. As our class of 2020 graduates, the time has come for us to pass on the mantle of leadership to the incoming class of 2021. Senior leadership at Staunton High is symbolized by the senior gavel. The gavel is a symbol of authority, leadership, and responsible decision-making. The Staunton High senior gavel is inscribed with 3 words: responsibility, integrity, and fairness. As I pass the senior gavel to the class of 2021, I challenge you to accept the responsibilities of leadership, to always act with integrity, and to always be fair in your treatment of all in our school.
At this time, it's my pleasure to recognize the top 2% of the class of 2020. The academic achievements of these 4 students is particularly noteworthy given the strength of this very talented class. The top 2% of the class are Reese Evans Goodson, Abby Rochelle Tenney. The salutatorian of the class of 2020 is Carter Hampton Cohen. And the valedictorian of the class of 2020 is Haley Marie Tenney. Again, my congratulations to this most distinguished group of scholars.
It is a great privilege to speak to you, the Staunton High class of 2020. Even though this is not the way any of us 3 months ago imagined commencement, I wish we were assembled in a huge auditorium so that you could see one another and you could enjoy being with your friends and families, cheering and celebrating together. You have worked hard and you have met many challenges and achieved many successes over the years, and you deserve to be recognized in public for all you have accomplished. But a worldwide pandemic has made that impossible, and we are necessarily having this ceremony in a way that is more private than public. I want to emphasize, though, that the virus has not prevented you from reaching your goal. You have triumphed, each and every one of you. You are hit with a reality you did not expect or want, and you have found ways, individually and together with the help of your teachers and parents and guardians and friends, to complete the work you had to do. Unlike any other class before you, you have had to adjust. You have had to give up the familiar comfort of classrooms and the familiar way of learning in the physical presence of teachers and fellow students. You have had to give up the fun of being with your friends. You've had to learn quickly to be independent and flexible and to find ways to use technology in new ways. You have had to master different ways to learn and to interact with others. You have discovered in these past 3 months that the future is unknown and that it can surprise us in sometimes very unpleasant ways. But, more importantly, you have also discovered that you can count on your inner strength. Each of you has grown stronger in ways that will help you as you face future challenges. You are going to do great things. The world is going to be better because of you. I also want to remind you that you have had companions along the way. Each of you is one of 196 Staunton High School graduates. That means each of you is graduating with 195 of those companions. As you look back over the past 4 years, your most vivid memories are most likely of times when you were with others, inside and outside the classroom, on teams, in crowds, cheering those teams, in plays, in band and choral rehearsals, and concerts, in clubs, or just goofing off with friends. What all these memories tell you is that you are who you are both because you are unique and because you are part of a community. You support others and others support you. Once Mother Teresa of Calcutta was asked what she thought was the source of the world's evils. She answered, "We have failed to remember that we belong to each other." Surely one lesson we have learned recently is how profoundly we need each other and how much we miss each other when we can't be together. My hope for you is that you recognize and respect yourself as the truly unique person you are, each of you, But I hope you will also realize how much you are you because of the other people in your life. Especially at this moment when you are remembering friends and saying goodbye, it's good to hear the names of those who shared the last 4 years with you. Naylee, Kendall, Kaylin, Caden, Nellie, Samantha, and Sam, Alex, Reese and Reese, Levi and Levi, Beja, Clara, Whitney, Chantel, Haley, Serenity, Kirsten, Ayana, Kayona, and Bam, Grace, Grace and Grace, Tyler and Tyler, Marquan, Zoe with a Y and Zoe, Z-O-E, Addison, Jack, Cord, Lexi and Julie, Jacob, Jacob, Jacob and Jacob, Rajik, Lance, Sean and Dwight, Monte or Broly, Alwyn, Edwin, Noah, Trevante, Aiden, Priscilla, Darian, Desiree, Anna and Anna Maria, Michael, Lucas, Hannah and Dean, Ethan and Christian, Cameron, Lindsay, Ryan and Eric, Vincent, Megan, Mackenzie and Mackenzie, Brendan called Bubba, Heather, Mary, Chris, Wayne, Gabriella, Prophecy, Abby, Alice, and Alicia, Tyler, Brooks, AJ, DJ, Isaac, Isaiah, Elijah, and Taj, Corinna, Alexis, Kyra, Carla, Jordan, Saul, Jenny, Yanela, Destiny, and Drew, Lily, Sajaya, Anthony, Lauren, and Fove, Sarah, Brian, Austin, Ethan, Joe, Tevin, Jemiah, Maya, Caitlin, Jasper, and Blaze, Elia, Anthony, Francesco, Keelan, Kayam, Haley, and Haley, Madison, and Madison called Maddie, and Madeline called Maddie, Addie, and Gabrielle called Gabe, Haley, Aaron, and Sophie, Birdie, Dakota, Cody, Emma, Shauna, Selena, Philip, Kalasia, Kobe, Alex, 3 Calebs with a C plus Caleb with a K, and Talib, Timothy, Kaya, McKenna, and Casey, Jordan, Javon, Jamie, Heather, and Elijah Cole, Lewis, Laura, Dominic, Hannah, and Hunter, Victoria, Katie, Joel, Kelsey, and Carter, Julian, Justin, Nicole, Sydney, Raquel, Brianna, and one more Brianna called Bree, Henry, Trevor, Tayshawn, Deja, Matthew, Dominic, Catherine, and Catherine, and Will, Alexis, April, Lauren, Harrison, Malcolm, Kason, Dylan, and Lee. These have been your friends and companions. You belong to one another, and you have influenced one another in deep ways that you will continue to discover for the rest of your lives. What has been true at Staunton High is also true in the world. We belong to each other. We are all companions on the way, and we need each other. So be loving and be very kind. And may all your days be filled with accomplishment and joy. Congratulations to this courageous, unique, wonderful class of 2020.
Hello and congratulations, class of 2020 at Staunton High School. I'm Francis Collins. I'm the director of the National Institutes of Health, which is your way of pushing forward medical research. But I'm also a Staunton boy, born there, raised there, and went to the high school that you all are a part of, graduated in the class of 1966. So you could say, yeah, I'm made in Staunton. And so is this guitar, by the way. This is a Huss and Dalton guitar with a double helix on the fretboard, and it joins me now for this little commencement statement to all of you. I'm consumed right now by doing everything I can for COVID-19, trying to speed up the process of developing those treatments and better diagnostic tests, and especially those vaccines. But I had to take a little break because your principal asked me to come and say congratulations and maybe sing you a little song. I know it's been tough. At least I think I know how tough it's been, being graduates who couldn't be together. So maybe this will be just a little bit of an entertainment to see you through. But mostly I just wanted to say congratulations. So this is a song that you might recognize, but it's totally been rewritten. And that song about the gambler that Kenny Rogers sang? Well, this is a different version. Here we go. On a warm Wuhan evening, a bat bound for nowhere, carrying a virus with freaky RNA, somehow got past the humans, sparking this pandemic, unprecedented outbreak, new numbers every day. So yeah, it's a song about COVID-19, of course. Those who make a living following virus traces, knew it might be coming, tried to get us all prepared, but Europe didn't listen, and neither did Seattle. So Staunton's wearing masks outside and trying not to be scared. Are you trying not to be scared? We're gonna get through this. It's time to all be serious and live in isolation. Wash our hands constantly, keep other folks away. We had a chance to stop it. Instead we've got contagion. So listen to Dr. Fauci's words when we hear him say, listen to Tony now, here we go. You've gotta know when to test them for virus suppression. Know how to stay away and know how not to roam. You never use PPE unless you really need them. Until we get that vaccine done, just keep yourselves at home. I'm sorry, but we gotta do this. Well, every virus knows that the secret to surviving is spreading very quickly and targeting the lungs, 'cause everyone's a target when it's coronavirus. We're all in this together and we need to act as one. And I hope that you're paying very close attention. It's not about the risk to you, but to others right nearby. What a rotten disappointment to miss your graduation, but you're all just being heroes to help the rest survive. You are being heroes. Your school knows how to test you, and now I have addressed you. You graduates of Staunton High are the bestest and the most. Your story is authentic. You're surviving the pandemic. With your help and a good vaccine, that virus will be toast. So let's all get that vaccine done. The virus will be toast. Let's make that virus toast, and then we can go back to living life. But anyway, congratulations, class of 2020. You're the best.
Every generation has its defining events: wars, change, technology. Just like the generations before us, my generation will be shaped by events both from within our control and out. In the past, such defining events have included world wars, the civil rights movement, and the Cold War, just to name a few. For us, there is already the war on terror, the rise of a technologically native culture, and most recently, the COVID-19 pandemic and the further unmasking of institutional prejudice in the age of technology. All things which will be forever tied to this generation. Indeed, such events are defining, but they will not be the sole things which define us. Let us instead be defined by what we do, not what happens to us. In my entire life, I have never met a more truly determined, passionate, and caring group of individuals than my fellow students. We will not just be defined by disaster or hardship and survival. We will be defined by that will, that compassion. Each one of you is capable of going out there and changing the world for the better, whether through advancements in technology or by furthering the quest for greater equality, or maybe just simple everyday altruism. Some of you already have. When this pandemic is just a footnote in the history books, it will be remembered how this generation, though changed by the world, took the care to change it in turn. So go out and learn and invent and speak, lead movements and make history. Have yourselves be known and your voices heard, because we will not be remembered for the world that created us. No, we will be remembered for the world we create.
Sydney Elizabeth Adams, Jacob T. Allen, Reese Elizabeth Lillian Anderson, Jamie Lynn Marie Arbuckle, Raquel Argueta, Seja Tanae Barbara Whitelow, Javon Devontae Battle, Sarah Michelle Becker, Sterling Andre Blackwell II, Elijah Cole Patrick Brogan, Kalasia Nicole Brotherton, Jordan DeAndre Brown,
Kayam Asherman Brown,
Mackenzie Renee Brown, Isaiah J. Bryant, Kirsten Ayana E. Bryant, Taj Bullard, Carla Christine Campbell, Jordan Alexander Carpenter, Dominic A. Kaysen, Serenity Spring Kaysen, Joseph Reese Clem, Anthony Isaiah Cologne, Haley Austin Cook, Adeline Marie Cooper, Lance Jordan Cooper, Alice Browning Comier, Ayana Janae Cotton, Kiana Chanel Cousins, Laura Ellen Kraft, Keelan Vashon Crawford, Nelly Simone Krickenberger, Anna Maria Combo, Heather Nicole Carey, Fauve Caroline Dovillier, Sarah Elizabeth Dabney, Grace Caroline Daughtry, Douglas Allen DePriest, Tyler Jamar DeRosen, Brooks Franklin Dill, Tajanique Dion Tarad Dobbins, William Rader Dodd III, Joseph Harrison Donay, Dominic Christian Insulin, Maya Renee Elcox, Jemiah Kyrie Ellery, Malcolm George Elliston, Brianna Aaliyah Evans,
Jacob Elijah Fitzgerald,
Alexis Dawn Michelle Fix, Kendall Grace Flavin, Anna Mae Fox, Dion Nakenia Freeman, Grace Cassidy Freeman, Sarah Mackenzie Fridley, Ellen Melinda Garrison, Caitlin Charlene Garrison, Timothy David Giordardina, Lee Scott Giorgetti, Samantha James Glick, Alexandro Gomez Panama, Reese Evans Goodson, Emma K. Greening, Brianna Kaylee Grissom, Jordan Mackenzie Grubb, McKenna Jolie Grubbs, Catherine Renee Guffey,
Talib Azariah Halliburton,
Caleb Pierre Hall, Tayshawn Mandrell Hall, Lauren Nicole Hamrick, Casey Wagner Harner, April Marie Harper, Brianna Amani Harris, Deja Marie Harris, Ethan Lee Harris, Tevin Correll Othea Hart, Alex Edwin Hartley, Matthew Clinton Hevner, Kaya Ashanti Hill, Trevor Lewis Hinch, Madeline Faith Hostetler, Kyra Jean Hodge, Justin Edward Holder II, Ethan Kerr Holsinger, Victoria Rain Wavo Bordelon, Rajit Romero Ibar, Caden Braddock Isaacson, Julian Tyler Jackson, Dakota Marie Jenkinson, Alicia Caitlin Johnson, DeMonte Shakur Johnson, Charles Henry Jones, Cody Marquise Jones, Alwyn Tom Joseph, Edwin Tom Joseph, Nicole Lynn Kelly, Caleb Lawrence King, Abigail Louise Karakoff, Prophecy Emmanuel Kissamore, Carter Hampton Cohen, Hannah Marie Lassiter, Katrina Renee Lane, Gabriella Maria Lentini, Noah Christopher Cullen Lockridge, McCord Grayson Lohman, Zoe Madison Lunger, Hunter Ray Maddox, Tyler Franklin Maddox, Alexis Nicole Martin, Kelsey Ray Moyer, Austin Richard McLaughlin, Joel Asher McManus, Albert Wayne Meadows, Katie Faye Mears, Grace O'Connor Melvin, Brendan Robert Miller, Brian Logan Miller, Marquand Giovanni Miller, Christopher Lee Mills II, Mary Carmen Montijo, Heather Cheyenne Moore, Tyler Aaron Moore, Andrew Paul Morrell, Nora Chatwood Morris, Francesco Daniel Nunez, Destiny Beyonce Oden, Madison Lee Orbaugh, Lindsay Morgan Pace, Jacob Tilden Pacheco, Ethan Ryan Painter, Vincent Anthony Palmieri, Elizabeth Blaze Parker, Hannah Michelle Parrish, Caleb Matthew Pelletier, Ryan Joseph Pelletier, Eric Thomas Pollock, Jasper James Morrison Pugh, Christian Joseph Rexroad, Levi Chase Rexroad, Trevante James Reynolds, Aaliyah Sierra Richardson, Anthony Javon Richardson, Matthew Peter Rydell, Anthony Jacob Riedel, Aiden Love Rockwell Booth, Yanela Rodriguez Lopez, Sol Priscilla Rodriguez, Cameron Joseph Sedonis, Kobe Warner Santiago, Priscilla Yvette Sasia, Tantima Jenny Satyat Panishaku, Michael Antonio Scales II, Jaquise DeQuadre Scott, Beja Abigail Schrouder, Lucas Brian Shewitt, Dylan Michael Eugene Seal, Levi Kirk Shiflett, Carson Michael Shercliffe, Desiree Lynn Simmons, Darian Noah Shaheed Sims, Elijah Carrington Sims, Samantha Paige Snyder, Sierra Lynn Sprouse, Alexis Marie Sinclair, Julia Pearl Stahl, Zoe Francis Stahl, Philip Hans Strassler, Kaylin Brooke Strickland, Isaac Joshua Stubblebine Rodriguez, Addison Elise Surratt, Jack Ryan Tarani, Abby Rochelle Tenney, Haley Marie Tenney, Louis Alexander Thelk, Lily Mayfi Thompson, Catherine Elizabeth Thorne, Gabrielle Julian Tovar, Aaron Joy Trost, Madison Sky Troxel, Mackenzie Riley Van Devender, Sophia Rose Van Devender, Selena Andrea Villafuerte, Lauren Victoria Wade, Dwight O'Shane Walker, Ishana Elise Waller, Sean Christopher Wells, Haley Sky West, Brianna Amora Williams, Chantel Monique Williams, Jacob Nathaniel Witt, Liliana Jolene Wright, Megan Ashley Wright, Stanley G, Emma Page York, Whitney Renee Young.
As the principal of Staunton High School, and by the power and authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, I hereby declare you graduates of Staunton High School, Class of 2020. Congratulations. On behalf of the Staunton High School Class of 2020, thank you for sharing in this momentous occasion. We are grateful for the support and encouragement our graduates have enjoyed in the Staunton community, particularly during these recent, challenging months. Though the Class of 2020 did not end their high school careers as expected, as a community, we all pulled together to support these special young people, and I will be forever grateful to the citizens of Staunton. At this time, I would like to recognize the support and contributions of some specific individuals. First, I would like to thank the members of the Staunton City School Board, whose support of Staunton High School is deeply appreciated. It is my pleasure to also thank the Superintendent of the Staunton City Schools, Dr. Garrett Smith. Dr. Smith, along with the executive leadership of Staunton City Schools, have provided immeasurable support and guidance throughout this challenging school year, and we thank them for their work. To our faculty and staff, thank you. You are presented with a tremendous challenge this spring, and you all demonstrated care and expertise that made us all proud. I can say with all certainty that the wisdom you have imparted to the Class of 2020 is a special gift, and the commitment you have demonstrated to our school and community is noteworthy. It is your hard work and dedication that has ensured that all of our graduates leave us well prepared for the challenges and successes that lie ahead. I am proud to be your colleague. Parents, guardians, grandparents, siblings, extended family and friends, and all who have had a hand in raising this great group of young men and women, thank you. Without the support, encouragement, care, and love you've provided, our graduates would certainly not be where they are today. You have shared in their successes and in their struggles, and we are fortunate to have shared this time with you. Thank you, and I wish for you many more opportunities to share in our graduates' successes ahead. And now to our 2020 graduates. You have been through so much in your young lives. Most of you were born in the months following the terrible events of September 11th, 2001, and you came into a world that was adjusting to a new normal. Our country has been at war for much of your lives. More recently, your high school years have been impacted by changes to our school, and your senior year was spent alongside a construction zone. And then, on March 13th, the COVID-19 pandemic caused the closure of all schools in Virginia, and your senior year as you know it came to an abrupt end, without a prom, without a senior day, without a traditional graduation ceremony. Since then, our country has experienced nationwide protests in response to the death of George Floyd. All of us will have strong, long-lasting memories of 2020, but my strongest memory will be of this class, of the grace, character, and good humor you've shared with us, and your persistence in the face of adversity. You've been an inspiration to me during this most difficult year, and because of all you've been through, I know you're ready for whatever life throws at you next. Our school motto is courage, strength, community, and without a doubt, you have exhibited the courage and strength to help us build a better community. I have faith in your future, and you give me faith in mine. Each year, I close my graduation remarks with the words of Shel Silverstein from his classic collection, Where the Sidewalk Ends. Listen to the mustn'ts, child. Listen to the don'ts. Listen to the shouldn'ts, the impossibles, the won'ts. Listen to the never haves. Then listen close to me. Anything can happen, child. Anything can be. Please know that we are immensely proud of all of you, and we wish you all the best in whatever is next. Class of 2020, congratulations, and my best to you all.